Did John PMV leave his dogs at your house again?
Oh my god, he always does that. Freaking John. I can't count on that guy.
I can't stand that guy.
I know, whatever.
It's awful.
Down with John P. Or wait, is it N John PMV?
It's end John PMV. He needs to go away.
I mean, end with John PMV, down with John PMV. Same thing.
Yeah, pretty much. It's all relative.
Hashtag end John PMV.
Disintegrate
trending,
John
guys.
PMV. There you go. Disintegrate.
There you go.
That's a good word.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
You gotta really make sure people understand just how important this is.
Yeah, I mean,
just
the larger the words, the larger the cause. That's what I say.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Out of Our Mains, the show where we're out of our mains, and you probably are too, because you're listening to some
Yeah, you're listening to
I was like, how long he's gonna last?
Some hopeless, colorful horse addicts ramble on about a show meant for little girls. I'm Robert. We have Maynard here. Wonderful Maynard.
Hey,
And we have Ambi.
Hello.
I was expecting hell again.
I was hoping fate would do it for me.
And we have our special guest, Cole Donnerstag.
For real this time. Hi.
For real. It's not Rainbow Dash.
Yeah, whoever that is.
Wow, we didn't even plan this. Robert just did the intro. I'm thrown off. All right.
I know. You guys stay on your toes.
Yeah. Well,
apparently.
Hooves, excuse me.
Stay on your tubes.
There you go.
You have toes. Though,
yeah, I'm the human in Equestria right now.
Yeah.
But don't mind that.
Are you enjoying your stay in Equestria?
Yeah, it's all right.
Just the way you said that, you have toes.
You have toes.
You know.
Oh gosh.
Title of the episode.
No.
Donnerstag has toes.
No, please, no.
Anyways, welcome to the podcast, Cole. It's great to have you.
Oh, it's
All right,
great
you have to send us
here.
a feet pic for the thumbnail.
No,
That's the only reason I want it.
Hey, Ambi, no, that's the picture everyone's gonna send us at the end of the episode.
Yeah,
on
send
Twitter.
us your feet pics.
This got off to such a great start.
Yeah, right.
Guys, don't send us your feet pics.
Please do not. No.
Maynard, you have two choices. Either edit that part out of the podcast or open those DMs for some feet pics, because you know it's coming.
Listen. If you send feet pics, do it on our secret NSFW account, okay, that we will not tell you about. You have to find it. You know, it's a game now. You have to find it.
It's out of our tails.
Yeah, I think that account is at Studio Cinemagic on Twitter.
Oh yeah, that's definitely it. Yeah.
Oh, this is off to a great start.
What are we even doing? What is this?
Yeah.
This is the podcast, I think, right?
Is this what happens when I do the intro?
Yeah, Robert, you're not allowed
this
to
is
do
your
the
fault.
intro anymore. It threw me off my game completely.
See, this is what happens whenever Robert does the intro. We start talking about feet.
Oh man.
Oh gosh.
What the hell?
It all makes sense.
All right.
Okay, blame me.
So, welcome to the show, Cole. So as you guys probably have realized, Cole voiced Rainbow Dash in our the last video that came out, our April Fool's episode.
Which has gotten great reception, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, people absolutely
We
love
lost
it. No,
a few subs.
Genuinely, a few people were oh my gosh, you got me. This is so good. I did get some good comments, but I have seen a couple people on Twitter, and yeah, Robert mentioned we lost a couple subs, so I imagine there were a couple people who were
you were
for
so
some reason
nervous about posting it.
Some people were expecting I don't know, some voice actress or something.
Yeah, who's
but,
that?
You know,
it seems like most people played along with it.
Most people were just you guys, wagging their finger you got me.
Yeah, it's April Fool's, so if you can't handle it, sorry guys, that's just how we do. It's one day of the year.
Yeah.
We'll get you one day of the year. That's
no worry.
But yeah, so Cole voiced Rainbow Dash, and now he's here for his actual episode. So Cole, why don't you tell us a little bit about what you do, with your because you've got two separate YouTube channels. Tell us a little bit about them.
Well, my main channel is it's the PMV one. I've been doing PMVs for the better part of little bit more than 5 years, I guess.
All right.
And then the other channel is just whatever I feel like doing. I don't even try to make that consistent.
Yeah, I've seen you post whenever you have like clips in an anthology or in like someone else's video, you even uploaded like the video that came up on the, I think was it the PMV panel that the Bernie Aprils video?
So that was at the anthology panel at HarmonyCon.
Got it. But you've uploaded like clips from those and such.
Yeah, I mean, just like random like memes that I spend like 10 minutes on and just feel like uploading that don't fit my main channel. And then, they get 150,000 views and I question my existence. But that's how it is.
That's because YouTube's algorithms are cracked.
Yeah.
You're a YouTuber in a nutshell.
You're like, guys, please watch the videos that I spent like literally 3-4 years working on.
Please watch my actual videos. Don't watch this crappy video I made in like 30 minutes.
Not even 30. The anthology stuff is definitely things I probably put more time into. But yeah, there's that Puss in Boots meme on my second channel that has literally it has more views than every other video I've ever made combined, and it's kind of whack. I don't know.
Wow.
It's what happens.
Wasn't that like a 4-second video?
Yeah, I mean that's probably why, because it's 4 seconds long and it's not like an investment for people. But
yeah,
I still find it funny more than anything. It's just silly because I don't think views really matter anyway. I think the engagement matters more than anything. And the comments on that video are so stupid, and it makes me laugh anytime there's just a comment like, I don't get it, or why is there a pony there? And it's like, just go away.
It's
in Ohio. Yeah, when you get those videos that blow up, especially if they're like a short meme.
Maynard, you have experience with that, Maynard.
People are just gonna leave some of the most perfect, like little delicacies of comments in End Pink Pie.
In End Pink Pie, what fuck is that?
That one's one of my personal favorites, but
no, I mean, like I think. There was a person on there who I think was really mad that it had a pony in it. So on like a couple of the comments, some people would say like, "Oh, 20% cooler joke because it has Rainbow Dash in it." So then the guy would just respond like multiple times, "The Puss in Boots is cool, but the pony is not." It's like,
oh my god!
I love that. You go, man. You're really showing him.
Yeah,
you got it.
Damn.
You know that when people comment stuff like that, they're just sitting there like as they hit enter, this is gonna go so hard.
Yeah, this shit's doing numbers.
It's just like 3 likes.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're like, I showed him.
Yeah.
He's never gonna show his face around these parts ever again.
Yeah, literally. You can't see my face right now if you're looking at this. No faces.
Oh man, it's wonderful. But so your main content is like is PMVs, pony music videos.
Correct.
The friends of yours.
Oh, my best friends, of course.
I would consider PMVs friends of mine.
Unless we're talking John PMV.
Oh no, not John PMV.
Don't even no.
Fuck that guy.
John PMV is no friend of mine. But yeah, can you tell us a little bit about like your PMVs? Like what got you into making PMVs and like what's the process behind that and everything?
What really got me into making PMVs is I've always just loved video editing. Like I've been a video editor for much longer. I've started video editing back in like 2012 when I was only like 13 years old. So
oh wow.
If we go even further back, the thing that led me into video editing was designing roller coasters in a program called No Limits Roller Coaster Simulator.
Nice.
Of course, yeah. Ambi knows. And like it surprised me when I started video editing, like how similar some of like the program's functions were. Like editing keyframes is surprisingly similar to like editing like joints on a roller coaster and all that. So I think that really like aided me in just beginning and working on keyframing and stuff.
Yeah.
The whole PMV thing didn't really begin until I was just because I started making PMVs when I was, I was like 18, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, I feel like there is part of me who's like, oh man, I wish I'd been doing this longer. But then I realized doing this longer, I would have been like 15 making PMVs, and I don't know how good they would be.
Did you learn any about, like, because you said you've been doing video editing for a while as well. Did you, like, do any schooling for that or anything like that?
Yeah, I mean, it started, it was right before high school I started video editing. And then when I was going into high school, there was a class for that. So I was like, oh, I already kind of am doing this, so I might as well take the class. So I did that all 4 years. So that's really, like, the only, schooling I've had about it. But, like, when it comes to the programs I currently use, I'm very much self-taught with all the Adobe things because we were using Final Cut back in school, and it's a fascinating program.
So like you got a little bit of schooling, but used the best teacher of all, Google.
No, of course, yeah.
I'm guessing.
But yeah, like thinking back, like when I got into the fandom, which was back in late 2013, I feel like PMVs were like the thing that really like kicked into gear, like me realizing that, oh man, I like this show a lot because I watched the show once and, seasons 1 through 3 were out. And I didn't really go back to it, but like I was looking at some of the fan content, but it was the PMVs that really kind of made me like reflect on the show itself and be like, wow, this pony thing has actually like mean something to me. Damn it. Like,
damn it, I've become bronified.
Literally.
It's really cool when you see like certain PMVs will pull from like scenes that I don't even like. There are times where I just forget things about the show and I'll see something pop up and it's got like epic music behind it. I'm like, holy crap! Like, how did I miss this? This show is metal, or like, or like just various things. Like, oh my gosh, this going back and seeing various scenes, like some things are like gut wrenching,
especially when it's like in a newer context. I think when like you can use like whatever music you're using.
Yeah. So you mostly use like I want to say most of the music that you use. So a lot of people will do PMVs based around like various pop songs or like or even like fandom songs. But most of the stuff you've done has been are they like royalty free instrumentals or like what?
They're not royalty free. No.
Okay.
It's still like, it's the same thing as other music on YouTube. It'll get claimed. I mean, I'm not doing it to rake in those YouTube money dollars, but that'd be nice. But yeah, a lot of the music that I use is from an artist that I have been following. It's okay. So this is like a full circle thing because I discovered Thomas Bergerson. That's like the musician that I always use for most of my PMVs. But I discovered Thomas Bergerson through a Pony video. Yeah, so it was right when season 4 came out, when there was like the Celestia Luna fight in the season 4 premiere. I wish I knew who made it, but somebody literally just took one of Thomas Bergerson's 2 Steps from Hell songs and just like changed the background music to that, and I'm like, I like this music a lot. I'm gonna look into this. So yeah, now here I am making PMVs to the same music from the same person, and it's like all reliable. Like I don't really want to like move on to other artists as much because I know that the Thomas Bergerson stuff won't get taken down is one thing, and I love working his music. There's like endless music that I can use, so I'll pretty much never run out. Like,
that's awesome. So would you say that, well, I mean, I can't really ask this question because it's kind of obvious, but would you say that like that style of music is definitely what you prefer like editing to?
Yeah, because
it's the more like orchestral type stuff.
It's because like I think it can create like kind of like a writer's block kind of thing, like because there's no words, so you have to kind of interpret everything yourself. But it does provide, I think, a better challenge, and I think the result ends up being more interesting because it's whatever I come up with, and I don't have to worry about like, context of the written word or anything. And it does make me wonder, like, if Thomas Bergerson ever like stumbled upon one of my videos, what he would think. But I don't know what the chances of that are.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like with stuff like that, you just let the visuals and the music speak for themselves, and I like I like the medium of visual storytelling in general. Your
visuals get like insane. Like if any of you listening have not seen some of the stuff on the Studio Cinemagic channel, like go watch it. There's like crazy stuff with like cutie mark kaleidoscope things like going on, and just like having visuals from the show along with like crazy like light effects and stuff, and spinning around on like various axes and stuff. It's super cool stuff.
Yeah, because a lot of like the After Effects stuff where I do like all like the like particles and fireworks, I'm still really new to After Effects. I've known Premiere significantly longer. But what I think, again, I hate to praise Adobe because every time I feel like I do, people are just like running away and and like, how dare you do that? But one of the good thing is about the Adobe programs is once you know one, I think learning another is not as difficult. Because it took me a while to learn Premiere, but when I got into like After Effects, I've only been using it, like I said, for a year, and I'm figuring it out.
Yeah. Well, that makes sense. Like having the consistency of the programs.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, they're made by the same group. They're probably going to reuse some stuff and have some things that carry over. So that is pretty useful, I'd guess.
A little bit. Although, okay, my rant about it though is there are like these little like random things that are inconsistent. Like you'll have like just different like keyboard shortcuts, but you can also like you can just reset this keyboard shortcuts, which I guess is more of an inconvenience than anything. But
so like so all the keyboard shortcuts like carry over.
Yeah, so like okay, for example, like spacebar in Premiere is like just to play. Like you just play the video, you pause the video, right? But by default in After Effects, I don't even remember what it does. It does something else, but I just reset it so it's play again because I was like, I don't want this to be whatever.
Yeah, you set up your hotkeys and everything just so it actually. I do the same thing with games. I played Minecraft for the longest time, and other games like most other games, you use the shift button to run, use the control button to crouch. Minecraft is the opposite. So literally every game, like right at the beginning, I have to swap those keys around so that
you're not that good at adapting, are you?
I know I like consistency sometimes.
Yeah. Also, wait, I misspoke. It wasn't the spacebar. It was the left and right like keys, like you know the arrow ones. So
yeah.
So in Premiere, you do left and right, and that goes frame by frame. That's what I wanted to fix. Spacebar is always play. I feel like that's more universal. I misspoke. Yeah. Sorry, Adobe fans. I guess I'm not a professional as I claim to be.
Oh no! Well, if you're not a professional, like we only allow professionals.
Yeah, all right. I'll just leave. Goodbye, everybody.
No, cool.
Yeah. It's PMV time.
Exactly.
I got like permanent PMV brain. Like I literally like I'll even have points where like I try to take a break. And then, like, while I'm on break, I'm like, oh, but I got this new idea that I want to figure out. And then it's just like, well, there goes that.
It's so hard to get out of that mindset.
Literally.
And it feels like I've brought this up before. Maybe you can relate. But it feels like you get your best ideas when you can't actually do anything with them.
Literally, I'll be like, I don't even know. I'll be like, I'll be not home. And then it's like, oh, wait, it hit me. I know what I need to do. But I'm hours away from my house. No. Like.
Yeah. It sucks.
Yeah. And then you get to the computer and you lose it all. And you just stare at it for like multiple hours. Like
wait, what was I thinking?
What was I thinking? How do I? Wait a minute. What button? What button copies and pastes? What?
How do I breathe?
Yeah. How do I breathe?
I've had similar moments whenever I'm like, okay, I want to like search. I have plans to like search something up on YouTube, and then but I'm in the middle of something, and then once I'm done with that something, I'm like, what was I searching up?
Oh, that happens all the time.
It's like when you go downstairs and you're like, why did I come down here? You know?
Yeah, literally every day. That's definitely a daily thing where, I feel like sometimes it's just like you get so like distracted that you're purposefully like making yourself more distracted. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's very easy at my job. We have a corner that you have to pass by. Like it's just a corner that separates the front and the back, like the kitchen and like the back, the freezer where like we store all this stuff. So you're in the front, you're like, oh shoot, I'm out of like carrots or something. And you walk around the corner, we call it the corner of forgetfulness. Because as soon as you walk around that corner, like your mind is blank.
Oh yeah.
You have no idea what you were just doing. And you go back up and you're like, oh yeah, carrots. And then you go back and actually get it.
And yeah, it's the same thing when you're editing.
Ambi hasn't said much this entire conversation.
Yeah, what's your thoughts, Amazar? How distracted are you?
I'm not as distracted as I am extremely tired.
Oh, well,
that is totally
fair enough.
I mean, I'm the kind of person who, like, I just get distracted by everything.
Well, yeah.
I feel that
ADHD.
on a spiritual level.
Like, I was just staring at the RGB in my computer, just like, ooh.
Oh, yeah. Something about PMVs? Oh, what's going on? Yeah.
Oh shoot, we're doing a podcast.
Oh, a little bit.
Oh yeah. You guys
that's
exist.
right.
Welcome to Out of Our Veins, where colorful horses something.
Yeah.
Yeah, we started talking about feet pics, and then everything else was a blur.
And That's all you remember. That's all you're gonna get. That's all you're gonna get from this.
I only remember the feet.
Now I can't cut that out at the beginning of the episode.
Oh my god.
Man.
No, but like speaking of just being like tired and stuff, like there'll be days where I will have an editing like session that lasts beyond the 24 hours because I just get significantly too into it.
Yeah.
And
when you're just like sucked into it.
Yeah, and I don't know how good that is for my health, but it's good for the videos.
I'm sure you're
Probably-
fine.
Probably not the best for your health, but
then I
you know.
sleep for like 12 hours, so whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It adds up somehow, right? Like that math, you know.
Yeah,
Is math
people
related to
something.
science, you know?
People suffer for art all the time. I'm sure it's all right.
Exactly. I'm over here
something
suffering.
Yeah, I mean that's how you get through our capitalist society.
Exactly.
Don't get real over here, okay? Let's not get too real.
Yeah.
We're always real.
We're just
Real.
a pony podcast. Let's not get.
You might be ponies. Have you seen me?
Yeah, Cole looks like the one lucky brony that finally found the portal.
Literally.
You found the portal.
He's rocking the pants though. He does have ponies on him.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I figured you would have to be a brony to go out of your way that far to look for it.
You'd have to be a diehard brony.
Told you it was in an abandoned mall here in New Jersey, so I just got lucky.
There you go. I feel like most of the time though, like people will tell that sort of story as if it's like a complete accident or something.
Yeah, right. Like,
you're
whoa,
not looking for it.
I got
They're
sucked
just
into
like,
the back
"Oh,
rooms.
I'm the main character, so I saw a light
It's like
nobody else saw.
Like in the normal, like general, like fan fiction territory, it's an accident. But like, let's be real. If that happened in real life, it'd be someone who was actively looking for it.
Yeah, right. I would love a human in Equestria story where they kind of just show up and literally nobody really cares. Or it's like, like I've been to a
It's
world
just
with
like-
a bunch of you. I don't care.
Wow, third one this week.
There's another
Third one
one.
this week.
It's like another gator. Give me that shovel, kind of thing.
Like, you know, like G1 had humans, so I mean, it's not
Yeah.
impossible.
Oh shit! It's Megan. What up?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, Megan, what's up, girl?
When are they gonna bring Megan into G5? We're just gonna get real people.
It's not even animated. It's just a live action person, like
Oh my
like
God.
hopped into
It's
it.
just a live action person superimposed onto the scene with
The very like obvious yellow wig.
like it's and very like poorly cropped out green screen.
Yeah, and it's clearly like an adult trying to be a kid. They're like 50. It's like, hey
Oh my
everyone, I'm
gosh.
12.
They got the voice, but the physique is just not there.
Someone else is doing the voice, and they're trying their best to lip sync.
Yeah, they're just like smoking a cigarette and like on camera, like, hey ponies, what up?
Hey, what's up? You know,
Chocolate. I remember when they first invented chocolate.
give me grandchildren? You're talking about all the humans at Equestria stuff. My first, I've written a few fan fictions. Most of them will be impossible for people to find or at least link back to me, thankfully.
They're under the name Schmambalar.
But
On podcast. So you're gonna do a live podcast reading,
Yeah, right. Here we go.
no. But
Yo,
when I
the
was 14,
deep lore.
my first fan fiction I ever released, which is deleted now, thankfully.
oh,
But the
God.
first fan fiction I ever released was a human in Equestria fan fiction. But the thing is, I didn't really read fan fiction. I just discovered that a website for it existed, which is, of course, fan fiction.
Mhm.
And I'm just like, oh, I've always had this idea of like, what if like a human was turned into a pony, went to Equestria, and I wrote that story thinking like, oh, this is gonna be great. And then when I posted, I was so confused because like the 5 people that actually saw it and commented on it, they were just like, oh god, another one of these.
So yeah, like
you're like
And
they
I'm
came
just
up with
like,
this
what?
super original idea.
I got this Owl City song I'm gonna make a PMV to. Like, come on. It's this song called Don't Stop. Yeah, I don't think there's ever been a video made to that.
it's the song called "When Can I See You Again" by Owl City.
Oh my gosh.
No, I'm gonna do the Minecraft version. When will I craft this again? It's gonna be so great.
I think that's how do I craft this again, you plebeian.
No, mine's different.
Wow.
Yours is different.
I have a couple old fan fictions out there as well. But you know, that was like back in my early days of the fandom.
Well, what made it worse is that the OC that I put in there, he turned into an alicorn.
Oh, of course.
Oh,
So you
no.
can imagine people
Could he
were
not?
like, no.
I have written one fan fiction in my life, but it's not a pony fan fiction. This was pre-fandom, like actually right before, because it was like early 2013. I wrote a Sly Cooper fan fiction. If anyone's ever played the Sly Cooper games,
liking Sly Cooper, fucking base though.
Literally, because like spoilers for the end of vague spoilers I'll say for the end of Sly Cooper Thieves in Time, but it ended on a cliffhanger, and of course me being like most people, I was not happy about it, so I was like, I'm gonna write what the 5th game should be, man. Yeah, so that's what I did, and of course I'm like 14 when I'm doing this, so I haven't read it. I don't know how good it is. I probably should look back and see what the hell I wrote.
You should. I've looked back on my stories, and like, just to give you like, I wrote the stories when I was really into My Little Pony and also Disney. So that tells you a lot of what the contents might be.
I wrote I guess it was technically a fan fiction, but there was a time where I was trying to run like a blog that was like a Pokemon
Maynard
fan
blogger.
Fiction. Yeah,
a Pokemon fan fiction blog.
Yeah, I was like, how old was I?
Okay, look, my guy, pick a struggle.
I was like 11 or 12. Just pick one of them. No, I was taking them all. All of the cringe.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like, I think it was like 2 characters. It was like a boy and a girl like going through the Kalos region. I had everyone's like, oh, you were probably like a hardcore like shipper, like putting that. No, I was just like, no, there's these 2 friends who are going through
so it's just
the
friendship.
Kalos region. And it was terribly written. It was like super cliche and everything.
Well, you said you wrote it when you were 11, so I feel, unless you're like gifted, I feel like that was a given.
Maybe I was 12. I might have been 12.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh dang! Well, if you were 12, then you know.
Oh, that's fine.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I mean, when you look back on your old stuff and you cringe, I mean, that means you have improved, so that's a good thing. Like, the one thing that I could say is, like, stayed relatively consistent for my story is the fact that my pony Sona has remained relatively the same. Like, even the Sona I'm using now, that was the Sona I used in that story.
Didn't you used to be a Pegasus, though?
Yes, it used to be a Pegasus, and I changed to a unicorn, and also changed the cutie mark.
More like Pegasus.
Ooh.
Shut the hell up.
Boom, 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 boom.
Boom, boom, boom.
I'm gonna do like a Vine Boom sound effect.
Good, yeah.
We'll be like 2020 again.
I'm sorry, Maynard, I'm going to, like, put in my resignation for this podcast. I'm done.
Damn.
Done.
Wait. You can do that?
Yes, you can. Yeah.
You can just resign from the podcast?
Yes.
Uh-oh.
Okay, well, I'm gone.
The
This has
breakup
been
of a
fun.
century?
Thank you guys very much.
There's a blood contract.
All right, Maynard, you're gonna do this alone. Cole, you can take my spot. I'm out of here.
Damn it. Okay.
Oh, okay, sure. Yeah, I'm down for that. Heck yeah.
All right. I'll have to fit it into my Mambo schedule.
Hey, wait. No, Robert, you can't leave if I leave first. Watch.
Well, damn it. I got some stuff. I guess I'll be the new guest on your podcast.
Okay.
All right, never mind. My union quit on me. I have to come back.
No, but like speaking of like cringe and stuff, like man, when I look back at some of my first PMVs, like I don't think they're bad. I feel like I actually got like I think my first like content is fine, but there's just so many things I would do completely differently. Like
I don't think I've looked back and seen them yet.
Oh my god, you're a fake fan.
I am a fake fan. I'm sorry, Cole.
Bro, I know everything about Cole. I know what color underwear he has on right now.
Oh yeah, prove it.
He's not wearing underwear. It's a trick question.
Damn it. Always.
Whoa.
Everybody knows we record these podcast sessions naked.
Literally. I mean,
exactly. It's not exactly a secret, Cole,
yeah.
But
it's an open secret.
Yeah.
Well, okay, never mind. I'm not going to make that joke.
Do it.
Please.
We can bleep it
Knowing
again.
you, Ambi, please don't. Speaking about jokes you can't make,
Where's this going?
So everyone's a big fan of like the Ponies the Anthology series,
where
they
classics.
What is that?
You know, they make the most family friendly,
made for kids
joke videos
with all those.
for kids.
What does YouTube use? Kid directed signals. That's definitely part of Anthology.
Something like that. Yeah. But jokes aside, if you haven't heard of the anthologies, yeah, they are incredibly crude.
Yeah, watch Anthology. It's the best.
Watch them, they're great. But yeah, mega content warning. But anyways, so you worked on the latest anthology.
Correct.
How did you end up getting involved with that? Like, did you just have like someone you met and they found out about your stuff and were like, oh, like let's get you on, or did you ask, or like how'd that happen?
They broke into his house and they're just like, hey, you're doing this.
Yeah, pretty much. That's pretty accurate. No, so I'm trying to like think, because the short answer is Jay Haller contacted me and said, want to be part of Anthology, and I was like, fuck yeah, and then I was part of Anthology. But I think the long of it is, I've made content. I guess it's considered quality content. So I was in the consideration for it, and I was asked. It's not that interesting. It's like, hey, if you want to be part of Anthology, you got to make things. They have to be good.
It's just like, ayo, want to be part of us? Okay, now you're part of us.
I'm halfway there.
There you go.
Like, there we go.
It is invite only, though. Sorry, I am not at liberty.
I'm waiting on that. Jay Haller, you don't gotta worry. You don't gotta be modest around me. Like, you can slide into my DMs about that anytime. Like, don't worry about it.
Anyway, again, I am not at liberty to give any information on the future of Anthology. I am hopeful.
Wait, that's the whole reason we got you on here. You were supposed to tell us about everything.
I am hopeful for more. It is not up to me. I will say if there is more, I will absolutely be part of it. If there isn't, then I'll cry. There you go.
That is totally fair.
I'll buy you that cookie that I promised I'd buy Rainbow Dash.
Yeah. He stole my cookie, so it makes up for it.
Yeah.
Speaking of both the Anthology and Rainbow Dash, there's been a colorful cast of characters that you've come up with.
Oh yeah, okay.
Like that alliteration.
Yeah.
That have shown up in the Anthology. We've got Rainbow Dash, who our audience is familiar with.
Painfully familiar.
We've also got like Burning Aprils.
Oh, the legend.
What was his name? Bobby
Junes.
Bobby Junes.
Yes.
Yeah. So what's the story behind those characters?
This is great. So like my way of coming up with character names is to just think of a name that exists and just change the words a little bit. So obviously like Rainbow Dash. If you couldn't tell, it's Rainbow Dash, but I put the space somewhere else.
I never connected the dots on that.
That's genius.
Yeah, but like Bernie Aprils is literally just me like taking on Billy Mays, and just again it's Bernie instead of Billy and April instead of May. Like that's literally it. Bobby June. Well, okay, we're gonna get a little again. Anthology is NSFW, and if you saw the thing he was in, very intentionally the initials for Bobby Junes is BJ, because if you saw that short,
it's a little,
he was the CUM specialist.
Of course, yeah, a very class individual.
Yeah, and that whole so I'll start with the Rainbow Dash short, because that one I think is one of my more like improvised things. I was really just up really late one day, and I was in my like kind of like drunken tired mode. If you ever get to that, where you're just so tired that you feel stupid. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And then I'm like literally just like kind of like pacing around my room as I often do. And just kind of trying to think of just stuff. And it wasn't even for Anthology. I was just thinking of stuff for whatever PMV I was working on at the time. And so I got this idea of like, oh, what if I like was making a really obvious PMV like to a music that most people know. So being like the Pirates of the Caribbean theme. I feel like a lot of people know what that is. But then I have somebody just come interrupt and explain the joke, because like, oh, in Anthology there's a lot of just obscure stuff that obviously a lot of people won't get. So I had this idea of like, okay, so what if this person is like the worst kind of brony, like just the person of like it's like the kind of person that if they're at a convention and they confront you, you're just like, oh yeah, I gotta go, but I'm glad to meet you, like that kind of person, you know. So that's where Rainbow Dash was born. That's this kind of guy that's always like, hey, so if you want to come to my panel, it's starting soon, but it's gotta be, I know it's overlapping with your panel, but you can make it, right? Come on, come on. Like, it's that kind of
course,
that kind of like obnoxious person who you wouldn't really categorize as like a bad person, just someone who's very unaware of themselves.
Oh yeah.
That's sacrilege. Rainbow Dash would never do that.
Well,
no,
you're right.
Yeah, Rainbow Dash is perfect.
Yeah, I mean, when Rainbow Dash goes to a convention, they just get rid of all the other guests and just have him do all the panels, because nobody would attend them anyway, right?
Well, he owns NASA, so
he does own NASA. That's true.
Oh yeah,
but
forgot about that part of the lore.
Yeah, the lore keeps expanding with Rainbow Dash. But speaking of expanding lore with Bernie Aprils,
Oh my gosh.
So that short was much more of a non-impromptu thing. Like the Rainbow Dash short, I literally made in one day while being extremely tired, and I literally took one.
Of course.
That, like when I recorded that thing, that was one take. I just used it. Like I didn't. But no, the Bernie April's Center for Unappreciated Mares, that was significantly more planned.
You can tell.
A very precisely written script. I needed every single line to be an innuendo in some way. Like,
of course.
My thing with like comedy and like writing is I hate when the joke is over-explained. Like when you have that kind of like okay, if you were to do that same short, but then someone else, like a third character named like Bill comes in, like, oh, look, he's the normal guy, and then he's like, oh, I'm Bill. You guys are stupid. What are you doing? You realize what you're saying? It says come. Like, why would I hate that in comedy so much? It pisses me. Ooh, I'm getting heated.
So you hate Brian from Family Guy.
I guess.
Or you just hate Family Guy in general.
I just don't like people that explain the joke and like the joke is now, oh, there's somebody who's the normal one and they're saying what the joke is.
So basically, you hate straight man comedy.
I guess. I feel like
I think the thing, it's not so much the straight man comedy. I think it's just the fact that explain the joke kind of ruins it.
Yeah, you gotta just let it be. I feel like. What was it that I said? Just like let the joke live. Don't ruin it. Essentially.
Yeah.
Okay, but I personally like the necromancy approach where you kill the joke and then you kill it so hard that it comes back.
If that's the intention, like an anti-humor thing, that's great. It's just when it's like,
because that's what Rainbow Dash is, essentially.
It's the kind of exactly. But it's the equivalent of the comedy where something awkward happens and someone goes awkward. It's like, that's so stupid. Stop. Some kind of sitcom bullshit. No, thank you.
Or you could take my approach to comedy and that's not be funny in the first place, so there's no joke to ruin.
That's honestly a good idea.
Yeah, I think we need to just stop being funny.
Yeah.
Bold of you to assume I ever started.
You just have Rainbow Dash interrupting the
So as you can see, you might have missed this, but the Center for Unappreciated Mares is like, it says come, If you don't know what come is, then it's just like...
In case you don't know what that is.
Rainbow Dash is basically that straight man that explains the joke.
Literally, but with Rainbow Dash, that's the point. If you're actually trying to be funny with it, like, I don't know, it's so hard to explain.
So the joke is that he's trying to explain the joke.
Yeah. It's all about presentation in the end, I think. I think you can make anything funny if you present it well.
Yeah, you see, if you pile on enough layers of irony, eventually you can overlook it.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, that's why you call it. That's why it's called irony, because you like iron all the wrinkles of the. That was a stupid joke. Anyway,
it's beautiful.
Moving on.
Keep going.
So the reason it's funny actually is because like an iron. Okay.
In an attempt to dig us out of whatever the heck we're in right now, I like to think that since we're talking about like straight man comedy, there's going to be somebody upset in the comments going like, straight people can be funny.
Oh no!
Oh no!
That's not true.
Yeah.
That's a false.
Yeah, you have to be
statement.
gay to be humorous. That's the rule.
Agreed.
Straight people aren't real.
They're not.
Straight people aren't real.
Have you ever seen one? Like, come on.
Have you ever seen one?
Straight people are just a hologram, like the moon.
Yeah.
This would be a very interesting conversation to have with just random people. Like, hey, did you know straight people aren't real?
Straight people aren't real. It's just ponies.
It's like one of those like people just ask random people on the street questions.
Oh, of course.
I wonder if that's how shippers look at the world.
What would we classify Rainbow Dash as then?
What, in terms of sexuality?
Just in general.
We don't need to go into that.
Just in general.
Rainbow Dash is
like
an anomaly.
peak sexuality.
An anomaly. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Oh, Rainbow Dash, you look up Chad in the dictionary.
Yeah, if you look up Chad in the dictionary, you get a picture of Rainbow Dash.
If you're looking for sexuality, just said Rainbow Dash, sexuality. Yes.
Here you go.
True.
Yes.
Pronouns, your mom.
Ooh.
Born, pretty sure.
Boom, Vine boom.
There
roll
we
it
go.
out.
Yeah.
Cut it.
We
Like,
did it.
Send it to the
edits.
press.
Get on,
It's beautiful.
like Hasbro. You hearing us? This is gold.
Yeah,
Date of
Hasbro.
birth yesterday.
Hasbro, if you want to pay me an exorbitant amount, I will give up Rainbow Dash the IP, and I will live off of those royalties forever. So please take it.
You know, Hasbro, that's a pretty sweet deal.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
When you think about it, it'll be easy to animate because you got that Flash puppet, and we all know how lovely of a program Adobe Animate is. So come on.
No, wait. I feel like part of the character is not having like any other frames.
Yeah,
or
literally,
any,
they
actual
just
movement.
float around.
Yeah,
It's like a storyboard, but it's part of the completed animation.
Yeah.
Rainbow Dash is solely animated via keyframing.
Wasn't there a character like that somewhere in something? I'm losing my brain right now. Hang on. I think
One of these days in one video, Rainbow Dash is gonna move, and it's gonna be like a jump scare.
Yeah, like literally.
Oh my gosh. Like the eye moves to face the camera, and it's like, oh no.
Yeah, Rainbow Dash
Oh,
horror
no.
when it's coming.
Oh no,
My soul
Rainbow
will be my
Dash is
body.
starting to achieve like movement.
Oh no, we don't want that to happen.
We don't want that to happen.
Rainbow
Who
Dash
knows?
is becoming sentient.
Rainbow Dash is becoming.
Oh my god, it's like the fucking Shaggy meme. They're only using 1% of their power.
Oh no.
They do it for our sake, not theirs.
Yeah, right?
SCP-RB has escaped.
Now imagine if Bernie Aprils used more than 1% of their power. Oh, no.
Don't even go
God.
there. Don't even
Yeah,
go
right?
there, man.
You try and give Rainbow Dash hair physics, and just half the planet disappears.
Yeah, right.
Oh no.
It's too powerful.
Bernie Aprils, he's coming for you. Don't. He's gonna get.
Shaggy's found a worthy opponent.
Yeah, Shaggy versus Bernie Aprils.
Oh my gosh. The next death battle
Yes.
on Screw Attack. There
My
we go.
dream is for Bernie Aprils to get recognized just beyond the fandom. Just have him be like an internet figure that people just know. That would be so great.
That would be wonderful.
We have way too many more ideas for the Bernie Aprils saga. It's gonna be great.
So who? Okay, I have to ask this. Who is Bernie Aprils?
IRL now?
Yeah, is this like a friend of yours?
Yeah, that's my
or,
friend.
like,
My friend Windber. He's been a friend for the longest time. We met in high school, and yeah, we've been friends ever since.
Nice.
That's dope.
Is he into MLP at all?
Yeah,
or did he
that's
just...
why we became friends. That's
Yes.
that's a fun story.
Yeah. Maynard, I'm glad you asked who he was because I didn't know who he was, but at that point I was just going with it.
Oh yeah. Well, I know who Bernie Aprils is.
Yeah.
I just don't know the man behind Bernie Aprils.
No, yeah.
Oh, okay, so now I still look stupid. Great, I'm glad I
No,
shared
it's
that
fine.
little piece of honesty.
Yeah, you're welcome, Ambi.
Yeah, shout out to Windber.
Ambi, you're just not a true Cold Donnerstag.
I know you don't
I
know all
guess
my
not.
lore, my address, my cards. Come on.
Well, I know what color underwear you're wearing, and that's what
true.
really matters.
That's what's really important in life.
Yeah.
That's how you really get
We
to
need
know.
to find out
person.
his favorite cut of meat next.
You talking about me?
What is Bernie April's favorite cut of meat?
Yeah.
I think Bernie Aprils can't afford a lot of meat, so he just gets whatever falls off the truck.
That's fair. Yeah, and puts a little bit of salt on it.
Yeah.
He's done
You
some
know,
wonderful
she-
things with intestines.
Yeah,
Oh gosh.
puts a little. Yeah, sponsored by salt. Oh my god.
Sponsored by Salt.
I did want to bring it back to, well, since we're already talking about the characters. So before I met you at HarmonyCon,
Yes.
I knew that you made pony music videos. I didn't even realize that Rainbow Dash and that it was you in the anthology. Like I had no idea until I met you at the convention. And so like we're pulling up, I see like you're a community guest on there. I'm like, okay, like this guy makes PMVs, so he's probably gonna be like, generally when it's just bronies in general, I just assume everyone's gonna be like super socially awkward. Man, you have some of the most charisma I've ever seen at a horse convention.
One of my
Which
many
might not
masks.
be saying a lot, but yeah. So where does that like come from? Because obviously the characters you've made are very expressive. You as a person, like you stole the stage as a community guest.
Yeah,
like,
you don't find the Riz, Maynard. You're born with it.
Yeah, right.
It's like Maybelline.
Well, I did do a lot of theater in high school, and like
that tracks.
I feel like there's a big difference, like just when you're in front of a camera versus in front of a crowd, you know?
Yeah. That makes sense.
Yeah, it's strange. It kind of like the moment you're on stage, it's just like it kind of just goes away, and then you can. So as long as like the audience is having a good time, I feel like that's what matters. So I'm always just like conscious of make sure that people are getting their money's worth, so to say.
Yeah,
and that it's like
that makes
and then,
sense.
you want to be like you want to feel like it's you're deserved to be there. Like you wouldn't want a community guest that people kind of look at and are just like, why did they invite that guy? He does
Well, yeah, you gotta make a good impression.
Yeah, and especially because
exactly.
It was
I feel like we put
time,
so much pressure on ourselves in that sense. I can't talk without interrupting people. I'm sorry.
No, I think I was interrupting you. It's okay.
I feel like, especially because we were both community guests for the first time at HarmonyCon. I don't know about you, so I'm not going to speak for you, but I know I was just like, everything I do has to go right. I have to be funny. I have to be entertaining. I have to be cool to meet for the first time because, they're taking a chance on me because I'm like a nobody and I'm so small and they gave me a community guest spot and I have to make it work. I have to make them feel like they didn't make a mistake.
Yeah, I mean, it's, I think, relatively similar for me, but I probably wasn't as worried about it. I mean, like, in terms of, like, other conventions I've been to where I wasn't a community guest, I wouldn't say it was that different other than, like, participating in community guest things, like being in opening ceremonies and the community guest panel.
Yeah.
I was expecting you to go like, man, I don't know what you're on about. Like, I was so chill the whole time.
Oh yeah, you kidding? No nerves at all. I literally I rode the whole weekend like a fairground Ferris wheel. No.
I was gonna, if you weren't gonna say that, I was gonna make a joke about like, if I were a community guest, like I wouldn't be nervous at all. Like I would just be up there.
Fucking BS.
No, there's no lack of nerves. I think it's just again being a former theater kid, I very much atoned to the experience of being in front of an audience and knowing when and what not to do. And again, I think I'm definitely like rusty. Like I look back at some of the footage of me like doing stuff and I'm like, oh man, all right, next time I won't do that little thing or whatever.
Like, I could have done this. I shouldn't have done that kind of situation.
Oh yeah.
But I hope there is a next time.
You know what they say, you are your own worst critic, so...
But yeah, like I just said, it's the same with the PMVs. Like I look back at them and I'm like, no, wait, I need to do that
I wish
differently.
I'd done this.
If I only just spent one more day, like.
Yeah. So being a theater kid, like I know of at least one play
of course.
that you were in. But yeah, like have you had like any specific memories from doing theater, like any musicals or plays that you were in that super stick out to you? You had a super fun time.
You're sending me back to my childhood days. Here we go.
That's the point of the show.
But no, yeah. So I feel like the two notable like roles that I've had was we'll start with the funny one, and that was being Shrek in Shrek the Musical my senior year.
Oh
yes, the meme lord.
You got to play God?
Yeah, I'll send the photo. You could like slice it in because it's just so funny to see me in the friggin' Shrek costume. But oh man,
it was really good too.
Yeah, that was like again, I didn't do the makeup. I was just sitting there for it. I was surprised that they actually put a lot of budget into making sure that my Shrek makeup didn't look like garbage, which is I think really good for a high school show.
Oh
yeah.
But that was such a more difficult role than I was anticipating. Because we'll talk about the role I had before this that was, like, the big one. But, like, being Shrek, like, it was so physically demanding, like, wearing, like, the fat suit and, like, having that, like, big rubber thing on my head with the Shrek head.
I'd imagine it was hot in there.
And Shrek has so many songs in that show, so a lot of singing that I had to do. Mm-hmm. And, like, a lot of dialogue to remember, and it's all like the comedic timing kind of thing that you had to get. Yeah, and just a lot. Like it was just way more physical than I was anticipating it being. So that show took a lot out of me. After that weekend was done, I was so dead. I
can imagine.
I think. Yeah, I remember just taking like 2 days off of school, and my teachers were like, "Yeah, we saw your performance. We get it."
That makes sense. And did you have that thing where like you had to do like multiple in the same day, or was it just the one performance?
No, yeah. So we had 4 days, so it wasn't 1 or 2 in the same day.
Oh my gosh!
Luckily,
yeah.
So yeah, we did.
But it was 4 separate performances.
Yeah, but like going from the late show because it was like 8 o'clock, I think the Saturday, to do a 2 o'clock show Sunday. And then, the cast party is Saturday night, so all of us are just balls tired. Oh, man.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
But man, it's funny because I felt like that show, I know, now I'm just reminiscing about my high school days, and you're just like, oh, okay. But man, that matinee show was so emotional because we were, it's my senior year, and well, what a life, what a time to be alive.
Was that was your senior year production?
Yeah, for high school, yeah.
Whoa, going off with a bang with Shrek.
Yeah, right. And then, so the year before that, I was Chef Louis in Little Mermaid for high school, which was probably the most fun role I've ever had in a show. Because I could just be such a goofy idiot on stage. Like, and I could just improvise and just do whatever. And my fake mustache kept falling off, so I was just making jokes about it on stage, and people were laughing.
Yeah,
like that was like there's something about like doing something on stage and hearing the audience laugh that is so rewarding because it's like immediate. I think
it means that you're funny.
Yeah, I guess so. I'm funny. Give me money. That's
there we go. It's like
I'm funny. I will take your money now.
Yeah. But the more serious role that I've played in theater is Jean Valjean in Les Mis. That was not in high school. That was during my high school days, but it was with a community theater thing.
Oh,
very different from Shrek.
Well, yeah, I'd imagine.
Yeah. Oh, so much music to remember. Oh my god, it's because again that show is all music. There's no words. It's all,
I mean, obviously, music. Shrek and Les Mis go hand in hand, obviously.
Oh yeah, they're both stories about a guy who got dealt a bad hand and had to deal with it, right? Like
yeah, I mean that's good enough.
Yeah,
if you stretch it far enough,
if you stretch anything far enough, I think My Little Pony's about that too.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Yeah, My Little Pony and Les Mis are interchangeable. Let's be real.
They're pretty similar stories.
Definitely, like there's a lot of like drama, like not the drama of drama, but like bad drama that was on the history of that show. But I don't need to get into that. But it's still an experience that I don't regret it or anything. But some let's just say some bad actors were involved in the production of that show that I don't need to get into here.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that'll happen.
You're gonna spare us the spiciness? Come on, man.
Listen, this is gonna be released publicly, and it's a bit too personal.
Yeah, we don't need to get into that.
Yeah. I mean, we could just talk spiciness about other people in the fandom. That's fine, right?
Like John PMV.
Yeah, like John PMV. Fuck that guy.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, screw that guy. Screw John PMV. All my homies hate John PMV.
He hacked my Tesla and stole it.
No way. Yeah. Something else. I'm surprised we haven't talked about this because it was brought up it was brought up a tiny bit. But I wanted to know how did you get into MLP exactly?
Oh yeah,
because I know you mentioned
he was kicking and screaming like the rest of us.
The golden question, dragging and screaming.
Yes.
Yeah. So it was like late 2013, it's like September around then, and I had just started high school. So it was a new high school too, so I knew some people because it was still in the relative area, but I didn't know a lot of people. So, it's like the classic story of, oh man, I was lonely, and one day on Netflix I saw this little thing. But it started, I was really into Wreck-It Ralph at that time, because it was a movie, and I really liked
Wreck-It Ralph is such a good movie.
It is
one
a great
of my
movie.
favorites.
It is, yeah.
I gotta rewatch it.
Real quick, can I share my hottest hot take ever?
Oh hell yeah, please do.
I
We love our hot takes.
I love Ralph Breaks the Internet and You Can't Stop Me.
Okay.
Anyway, moving on.
Really?
Okay,
Moving on.
that's fine. I personally think that the movie, because of all the dated reference, it's gonna age very poorly.
Probably, but I love it. I
But
saw it, and that's all that matters.
I don't
Guys, I don't know if I can do this anymore.
There are worse sequels out there. I'll give it that.
Anyway, back to the pony story.
Yeah, I want to hear horses.
Yeah, horses. This is a pony podcast, not a Wreck-It Ralph podcast.
Not anymore.
Oh, damn it. Okay.
It's a Pixar podcast now.
Pixar.
So about that Toy Story 5.
Oh my god, no. So yeah, as we know, there's the YouTuber Toucan LDM who does the My Little Pony Meets series, right?
Yeah.
So I was just on a string of watching Wreck-It Ralph related videos, and then I saw My Little Pony Meets Wreck-It Ralph. So I'm like, all right, what's this? And
You're half interested because Wreck-It Ralph.
Yeah. So
that is the worst question you can possibly ask. What's this?
Yeah, right.
That's just the start.
It is literally like look at me now.
That one question led you here.
And yeah, so I saw that and I was like, huh, I didn't get a lot of the pony stuff, but that was neat, I guess. So then, of course, then you go. That night, I was on Netflix, and what do you know? There was the show, and I'm like, well, okay, well, what is this? Like, so yeah, then you know and then it's the classic. Oh, I'm only gonna watch the first episode.
I was the exact same. It was the exact same way. Like, okay, here's how I get you. It's like first episode, you're like, oh, it's a 2-parter. I gotta watch the second part, and then you just watch more.
Yep, and I remember getting like 8 episodes in, like on the first day, and then going to school the next day and just being like, did I really just watch 8 episodes of My Little Pony last night? Did. And at this point, like, I don't remember all the characters' names. I specifically remember being at lunch and nobody's talking to me, so I'm just like thinking to myself, like, shit, I'm missing one character. And then I realized now I was missing Rarity, so all the characters but Rarity. I don't know why, it's one of those random things that stick out in my memory of just sitting at lunch, just alone, thinking about fucking ponies.
Yeah, literally, that's crazy.
Speaking of weird memories that stick out about mixing up characters early on, I remember before I got into the show, I don't know why I have this specific memory, but I do. I remember going to Barnes & Noble with 2 of my siblings and seeing, like, there was, like, a lunchbox with, like, My Little Pony on it. And my younger sibling at the time, like, watched the show. I didn't. But, like, I saw it, and my older sibling and them were, like, talking about the characters or something. And I don't remember the context, but I mixed up Twilight and Rarity.
Oh my.
Because I'm like, oh, they're both purple.
Yeah, purple
like, they
unicorn.
both have purple. They both have purple, and they're both unicorns. I don't even think I was thinking about the unicorn thing. I think I thought all of them were unicorns, like, at that point.
Oh, yeah, like, I thought Derpy was a boy, because I'm just, like, in my, like, brain, I'm like, oh, gray equals boy, because I'm just, you know, a younger person who doesn't understand anything. Yeah, it's just, like, those random things that you're like, damn, how stupid I was.
But, like, all the characters in MLP are girls.
Yeah, there's
so,
no
like,
men in the show.
How could you
There's
mix
no men
that
whatsoever.
Nope. But, you know, like, that trend on Twitter going on now? With the whole, like, oh, what opinion about My Little Pony makes you feel like this? And it's just like a photo of Rainbow Dash looking all angry or whatever. I am so, like, livid about that nonsense. I don't need it. And it pops up, like, literally, like, once a week or more. Like,
yeah.
So if you've noticed on my Twitter, every single time I see one of those, I make up this episode that I'm like, man, I really hate that episode where Pinkie Pie got the iPad. That. It's the worst. I know people
I saw
love
that
it.
One.
So I'm gonna keep it going, and I just want people to be fooled. I want them to believe, because I hate those posts. That's my way to vent my frustration about it.
I think at this point, most people are in the same boat where they're like, oh, when they first started popping up, it's like, oh, this is cool. Like, I'm gonna share a weird hot take I have, and then as it went on, they just keep popping up. I feel like pretty much everyone is at the point where, like, barely anyone is giving actually serious answers to those.
I'm trying to get more people into the Pinkie Pie gets an iPad thing, because I want, like, there to be people stumbling upon it, believing it's real, like, just people that have no idea.
Oh yeah. Like a what do you call it? Not an ARG, but like the seventh pony in the main cast that was planned to be in season 1.
Yeah,
but,
right.
Never actually showed up. There was only one time where an episode aired. I believe it was the Ticketmaster, where they were introduced to this character. And it aired on television once.
Oh, yeah.
But they rewrote the character out of it. So
what was their name again? Yeah. It was like a Twinkle.
It was like
Twinkleshine, right?
I think so. Yeah.
But then, then she became a background pony instead because they couldn't use her, right?
Yeah, something like that.
It's the first time hearing of this.
Yeah, this is a very real thing.
Oh.
It's definitely very real.
Yeah. It's definitely very real.
It's not April Fool's anymore.
Look it up. You can look it up. It's real. Look it up.
We're only one day past.
Yeah, we would never lie to you guys.
No, lying is bad.
Like,
Applejack would be crying, but she cries on the inside, so he can't really tell.
Well, Twinkleshine was actually going to be the original element of honesty.
Yeah, but she was a little too honest. You know, she was giving out all those Hasbro secrets, breaching NDA constantly.
Yeah, they had to take her out. The CIA was like, "Nope, you're gone."
Well, it's funny because they got
man.
quite the voice to be Twinkleshine. Like they actually got like what Angelina Jolie to voice Twinkleshine, which is weird. She's not even Canadian, but
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
it's Hasbro's pulling those strings. But yeah, I think she probably got too expensive, so they wrote her out.
Gaslighting aside, that's my favorite character that was related to Twinkleshine, right? By the way, gaslighting.
No, yes.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Man,
we're just a bunch of goofy goobers.
yeah.
rock.
Yeah.
I'm a goofy goober.
Rock.
Okay, the
I was
SpongeBob
watching-
movie is a cinematic masterpiece.
It literally
Oh my
is.
God.
It's
It
like
is like,
that movie. Like just you could watch it as many times, and it's always amazing.
oh my god.
I was thinking about that scene randomly with I was in a call with Laraboon, and we just like we were like, you want to watch that scene with the Goofy Goober Rock? Like I haven't seen that since I watched that movie like years ago, probably like a decade ago.
Oh man.
I need to see that movie again. It's so
I
good.
so
should,
good.
But,
yeah. It's a great
But yeah, we were
movie.
just in a call watching the Goofy Goober Rock.
But like you have to remember, like
It
that was a
slaps,
movie
though.
that played in theaters, and there's just some silly stuff in that movie, and it just makes
It
me
is
happy.
ridiculous.
like you said, just rock. Like and then there's just like a photo of a rock. Because sure,
Yeah.
like
I'm a Goofy Goober.
rock.
That Goofy Goober song still fucking slaps though.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. His guitar playing is too righteous.
Oh, man.
The
I was just-
Helmets can't handle this level of rock and roll.
Yeah, I was just thinking about this scene yesterday where, like, it was the scene where they get caught by the Cyclops and they're in the fish tank. And then, Patrick, I think this is where the Cyclops is or whatever. And Patrick's literally being, like, picked up by him. What makes you think that? And it's like stupid jokes that are so good. That movie is,
Man.
now I want to rewatch the SpongeBob movie.
My favorite movie
I
of
mean,
all time, or at least animated movie, has got to be either the original SpongeBob movie or the first Wreck-It Ralph.
Like,
Oh my god, yeah. Those are good
honestly,
choices.
like the last thing I did that was related to that movie was replay through the video game adaptation.
Oh my god, the goddamn video game.
Wait, there's a SpongeBob SquarePants the movie.
Yeah.
You don't know about the video game?
Yeah, it was made
and
by
Battle
the
for
same people who
Bikini
made it.
Bottom?
Yeah, it was the
Battle
one.
for
Oh, wait, are you
Bikini
talking-
Bottom.
It was the one who made.
Wait, Battle for Bikini Bottom is based
Yeah.
on the movie?
Yeah,
No.
The same people made the movie game with the same engine.
Yeah, Battle for Bikini Bottom came before the movie game, but yeah, the same engine made the
Okay,
movie
yeah,
game.
I know about. Yeah. I know
You
about.
didn't know it
BFBs,
existed?
but- No, I know about it.
You don't know about movie?
I don't know about the movie
it
game.
came
though.
out literally a year later.
Yeah,
Oh, what's it called?
It's called
just the
SpongeBob
SpongeBob
SquarePants
movie
the
game.
movie game.
yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had no clue that was a thing.
Best SpongeBob game was Creature from the Krusty Krab. Don't at me.
Oh, that game was whack, but it was fun.
I've never played Creatures from the Krusty Krab.
I loved that DS game where it was. I forget what it was called, but it was all like the Nick characters.
Nicktoons Unite.
Like it was like. What was it?
Nicktoons Unite.
I think so. One of the Nicktoons games.
Well, like Nicktoons Unite came out on the DS, but like the PS2 version is like better in every way.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
There
I've
was
played
also
both.
Battle for Volcano Island. Fuck, there were a couple. There were a handful of them.
No, but like Battle for Bikini Bottom was like one of the first video games I ever played. Like just in general. Like,
What a good game to start with.
I know, right? Because I got the PS2 for I think it was like my 5th birthday or something, and that was like one of the first games that my parents got for me.
Yeah, the
Because you know
That's
SpongeBob
awesome.
game. And
PS2 was
yeah.
like the best console.
ah,
to,
man,
like, ever
I
come
miss that
out.
era. Like I have not
Ah.
been that. I don't like play video games that often anymore because I just it's time and whatever.
Mhm.
Mhm.
But man, the PS2 era of games, like I mentioned Sly Cooper before,
Yes,
but like, oh, there's so many games on that system.
Yeah,
It's
Ratchet
just that
and Clank, Sly Cooper.
yeah, oh my god, and
like the SpongeBob movie, the SpongeBob Battle for Bikini Bottom, the movie game. You know,
what other games that I played a lot as a kid? Like oh, I remember Thrillville and Thrillville Off the Rails.
Oh, I remember. I have Off
Thrillville.
the Rails on the Wii.
What was
God.
Thrillville?
You don't
Thrillville's
know
like
Thrillville?
this. It's like this tycoon
No.
like coaster simulator, like ride
It's-
simulator.
it's-
I see.
It's kind of like Roller Coaster Tycoon, but a little more like with a character.
yeah,
I'm sorry, guys. I didn't have a PS2. I have a lot of memories with like PS2 games because of friends who had it. Like I've played at least a little bit of all the Sly Cooper games. I've played like what was it? There was like a Crash Bandicoot Wrath of Cortex.
Oh, that one
Like,
was
I
mad.
love that game.
It was pretty mid, but like the platforming in general was solid.
Most people say that was like it wasn't that great of a game, but I just have so many memories with it that
I understand. And I will admit the platforming was like handled really well in Wrath of Cortex.
Yeah. But yeah, so I actually I've never played BFBB.
Oh, man.
I've seen
there's the remake, which I guess is better than nothing.
On Steam.
Yeah.
I've seen I've seen a lot of the like speedrun videos, like breaking down.
Oh yeah, the speedruns of that game is nuts.
Yeah,
right. Yeah, but I don't think I've ever I've never seen like that game played through normally.
I have Rehydrated on Steam, and I will say it. I
have it on my wish list.
Yeah, like Rehydrated, like great adaptation. There are some things I don't like about it. But one thing I absolutely love is that you could put a Japanese dub on and basically make it SpongeBob the anime game.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I've seen that.
I know Cosmic Shake just came out. I still have to play it. Like I own it. I did buy it, but I need to find the time to play the game. Which
yeah.
Okay,
I look forward to that. Yeah.
Everybody here, what is the first game you ever 100%ed? Not beat, but like actually did everything you could do.
For me, it's the on the PS3. It was the Sly Cooper trilogy. When I got that, that was the first time I ever 100%ed something.
I think
all three of them, I guess, but you know.
I think the first game I 100%ed was Kingdom Hearts 2.
I never when I was a kid, I was the kind of person, and I guess I still am, where most of the time, I don't usually 100% games. Especially when I was a kid, I would just play games over again. But nowadays I have 100%ed a few games. I'm not going to count games where playing through the game normally it gets you 100% technically, or a Maritime Bay Adventure where 100% takes an hour and a half.
Games that actually take time to 100%.
So it's an interesting question. I think the first game I technically 100%ed was Harmonite on the 3DS. I got all gold, so I perfected every single level. It was like a rhythm game made by Game Freak.
I've never heard of it.
But the game that I'm proud of that I 100%, and yeah, most of the games that I've 100%ed are really weird, out there games. But Pokemon Conquest.
Pokemon Conquest was so good.
Oh my gosh, Ambi, you know Pokemon Conquest? We need to talk about this game.
That was the one where basically it's you're playing as Japanese warlords and stuff with Pokemon, right?
Yeah.
I played that game.
Grew up with Pokemon.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of
get off the show.
It's kind of how I am with Nintendo stuff. I had a Wii, but that's the only Nintendo thing I've ever personally owned, because I feel like everybody had a Wii.
Nintendo has some great games, fucking Smash. They're getting some pretty good on Zelda. But I was a PS2 guy back in the day. PS2.
Oh my god! By the time this podcast comes out, the Mario movie will be out and about.
Oh my gosh! That's in 2 days.
It's in a few days. Yeah.
Where I'm gonna watch. I'm gonna watch that with my family when it comes out.
I need to get a group together to go see that.
Yeah.
I just remembered. Oh my gosh, that's 2 days from now. Holy crap.
Nothing like good old Nintendo. We make good games and bad business practices.
True.
I know Chris Pratt is not going to be any good in terms of Mario.
Something interesting with Chris Pratt though, he's been a lot more self-aware about it recently in interviews and stuff. Mm-hmm. So that's something, at least. He was even talking about did you later on April Fool's Day, did you see what he posted on Instagram?
No, I did not.
I didn't.
Yeah, so Chris Pratt on Instagram was so coming in 2025, I'll be voicing Mickey Mouse in the Mickey Mouse movie. Coming to theater,
That's wonderful.
And, straight from him. So
but yeah, everyone, I think everyone was perfectly casted except Chris Pratt.
Who knows? I would love for him to surprise, because he was good in other stuff. So
from the trailers, he's just doing a Chris Pratt with slight different tone.
Yeah, I think the movie's gonna actually be good.
I do think.
I don't think it's. I don't think it's going to be
Jack Black is going to carry that movie.
It'll make a lot of money, that's for certain.
Jack Black is.
Oh yeah.
Jack Black is going to carry that movie. Don't at me.
Literally.
I'm making the prediction that I think this is going to be Illumination's best movie, though.
Better than Despicable Me. Despicable Me was one of their only good movies.
Oh, Despicable Me was great.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
I like the second one too. Despicable Me 2 was pretty good.
The second one was fine.
I like the first
The
one,
second
and
one was
everything
fine,
else
and
I've
the
seen
third
from
one was
them, I
unnecessary.
like.
Yeah, the third one was, yeah. I remember only seeing that in the theater because they were playing the trailer for the My Little Pony movie before.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh wait. Shoot. We're a pony podcast.
Yeah, remember
aren't we?
Yeah.
I don't think we've talked about horses for the past.
I'm bringing
like 30
it back.
Minutes,
I'm bringing it back.
You know. Yeah. There we go.
Did anybody else do that? Did you go like see a movie in theaters just because they were playing the trailer for the Pony movie?
I didn't do that.
I did. I definitely did.
I did get a group of rowdy teenagers together to go see the MLP movie.
Yo, that's awesome.
Though.
Oh, I went by myself. I was in college.
Well,
I couldn't pay anybody else to go with me, and I thought I'll do it myself.
Yeah, I look back on that and I'm like, man, I kind of regret some of that because we were just being super obnoxious in the theater. Like we were being super loud and annoying. Like we were the epitome of like people you hate.
There's
in the
bronies
theater.
here. Like,
yeah, exactly.
smells like brony in here.
But overall, it was a good time, and yeah, I just wish the G5 movie had been able to come out in theaters.
Oh yeah, same.
Because that would have been an experience.
Yeah,
I probably would have seen that movie in theaters more times than I saw Puss in Boots.
Yeah, maybe
in theaters.
But yeah, the original Pony movie, I have like so many feelings about it in general. I feel I think as a theatrical experience, it was like fantastic. Like just top tier, like really good.
Yeah.
But I think as a movie, there's so much where you could just see like Hasbro's thumb like being pressed on all the artists. Like that's so unfortunate.
Oh, with Hasbro, nothing can be perfect, but you know. But
this doesn't print enough money.
No!
Yeah, exactly.
The children like pop music. We need to replace your beautiful opening song with pop music, Daniel Ingram.
Oh my gosh, I heard about that. So, yeah, so Cole, you know about that too.
Yeah.
There was a song Daniel Ingram had planned for the intro of that movie.
It's available now. It's on the, when they finally released the score soundtrack, it's there.
Holy crap.
It's great, and it's like, wow, you really got rid of this for a fucking We Got the Beat parody? Like,
yeah.
Wait, what song was originally going to be? What was the song
It was just called Equestria. It was just like a chorus of people singing about Equestria, and it was like set to orchestral music.
Oh.
And not, yeah.
I haven't heard that yet.
It's pretty freaking great, and I'm just like, I was talking to Jason Thiessen about it for like a little tiny conversation at the final BronyCon. And he said that that was like the worst like Hasbro like being overbearing decision of the whole thing, and he almost got fired like trying to fight it back because like Daniel Ingram worked hard on an opening thing and they were just like we have contracts and things to deal with.
Yeah, we got the beat, but it's with ponies. Yeah. Like that song didn't even need to be bonafide.
It did.
And that's it. And at the end of the day, it is all to make money, especially when it comes to Hasbro. It's just the suits who look at the numbers. Like a lot of times they don't have the artistic vision.
It's just it's a decision that, like, as an artist myself, like logically, it doesn't make any sense. Like you had a completed thing. Yeah. My only like logical explanation could be like they had like a favor to fill for the person who sung the song or something, and that's what they did. That had to be it. Like some executive was like, oh well, who was it? Like Rachel Platt or something? I don't know, something like that.
I'm not sure.
Yeah,
I don't know the names very well.
That has to be it. Like some executive was like, oh well, they signed a contract and we have to fulfill that contract and we can't put it in a different movie, so we're gonna put it in the opening. Like you could have put it in the fucking credits or something. Like you had to replace the opening song. Oh, as you could tell, I'm very passionate about this nonsense.
So you said maybe they had like a favor that they need to pay, and I don't mean to get into gossip territory.
Dude, I know,
but I'm gonna get into gossip territory. So I heard that song Equestria was written specifically for Black Griffin to sing it.
Really?
Like Gabriel Brown?
Fascinating.
Yeah. Apparently Daniel Ingram wrote that song with the intention of him singing it. And Hasbro has had kind of a negative sort of like feels towards him because of like, I believe there's a bunch of things, and you can do research into it yourself if you want to. But the big thing was that he was a brony and he started working with the show a little bit, and then they just never put him in anything ever again. He's
passionate about this medium. That can't be allowed.
Yeah, literally.
It's like there is other stuff around it, but it is kind of like gossipy stuff, and it is like.
But like that whole decision with Hasbro, like not wanting to hire bronies on the show, like I get it if they can't do the job. But if you are someone who's a fan of the show and you have the talent to make it work, you're gonna do a better job than someone who doesn't have the passion for the show. Like, I
mean, like, look at Emalu.
Yeah,
exactly.
I can understand not hiring them to write, perhaps, or like not borrowing their ideas from like the fan fiction and stuff. Like, as far as stuff like voice acting or like even animating, just like, why is them being passionate about the show and wanting to work on it a bad thing?
Yeah, I mean, like, it's not costing you more money. Like, that's the thing that matters in the end, right? You're gonna get a better product for probably less. Like,
I was gonna say, you'll probably get it for less because
I'd have worked on Friendship with Magic for free.
Doing anything. My ultimate, like, maybe even just saying this will make it never happen. I don't even care because it probably will never happen. But like my ultimate, like, pipe dream project, it's just like if I could just like wave a magic wand and it make my dreams come true, like in all the Disney movies.
Bibbidi-bobbidi-boo.
Yeah, right. I would love to do like a Lord of the Rings style trilogy about like the past of Celestia and Luna. That's like my ultimate, like,
gosh,
my dream. But I know that'll never happen, so I might as well.
That sounds like a huge project.
Oh my god, yes, from Studio Cinemagic. Here it comes. Coming in 2045. Like,
you're gonna be in like your 60s by the time it comes out.
I'll have to like reincarnate myself so I can like be alive when the public domain rights come in for My Little Pony Friendship is Magic.
There you go.
You're just gonna be like 60 years old by the time it's ready. Just like, finally, my dream can be realized.
Out for 3 days when Hasbro takes it down.
It'll be 2105 when My Little Pony FIM is in public domain.
2105?
Yeah, because it's 95 years after it's out, so that's insane.
All
right, guys.
I'm gonna live.
All right, Maynard, get your.
I'm gonna live to 2106. All right,
Maynard, save up as much as you can. You gotta get the rights to Friendship is Magic when those are released.
Yeah, right.
Yep.
2105. That's like it's weird thinking about like modern day things eventually being in public domain. Like, there's a lot of stuff that's gonna start becoming public, like Mickey Mouse.
Soon. The first Steamboat.
Well, specifically Steamboat Willie.
Yeah, I know.
Mickey Mouse, but
the concept of Mickey Mouse. Not like the actual design of Mickey Mouse.
It's crazy how that sort of thing works. Public domain. You know he's not actually going to go into public domain, and Disney's going to change the law.
Oh, it's 100 years now. We need 5 more years to buy some time. Whatever.
Yeah, exactly. Before we get more money, so we can extend it a little bit longer.
Yeah. As you know, we definitely don't own enough properties. We need more.
We're buying. Can you imagine Disney buys My Little Pony?
Oh my
god! I'm predicting it.
If they,
well, I mean, here's the thing: like Hasbro itself is a pretty freaking big company.
Yeah.
Not anywhere near Disney, but like the sheer amount of things that Hasbro owns. Like, I don't know if Disney's gonna be able to buy that anytime soon.
Honestly, after Disney bought Marvel, I don't think there's anything they can't do. Like me,
I'm gonna buy the Sun.
If it's the way we can get a My Little Pony theme park area, I'll take it.
God, yes.
Whatever.
I would love that.
Oh my god.
Please. Like, we need a Rainbow Dash roller coaster. We need Pinkie Pie teacups.
They could literally call it the Sonic Rain Boom.
Imagine like being able to like
the
get baked goods from Sugar Cube Corner and stuff. Like, come on.
All right, here's the. All right, Cole, you're a roller coaster nerd like me, right?
Of course, yes.
Okay, so here's the thing. So we're gonna need a B&M invert based around the Wonderbolts, or maybe just Rainbow Dash. But
I think a
Vekoma
flying coaster for Rainbow Dash would be magic.
Oh yes, or that too, or even a B&M flyer.
Because it can be launched. You can literally call it like the Sonic Rain Boom or something.
Yeah, that's what
yes, a launched Vekoma flying coaster. Okay, we need dueling B&M hyper coasters for Celestia and Luna.
Oh my god.
And then, I don't know, maybe a kitty coaster for Twilight.
All right, so all I have to do is like win the lottery, right?
Yeah.
And then I can put a down
that's all you have to do.
Easier said than done.
Bro, I know my next project in Roller Coaster Tycoon 2.
Okay,
Just saying.
so like,
Oh
but
my
like
gosh,
they could even like they could probably like either get like actual pony costumes, or they could like compromise and go with the Equestria girls like designs for like meeting them.
For like the Disney
like
mascot
Disney
type
mascot, they
thing?
use like they could use the Equestria girls designs if they don't want to get like.
Oh
a
my
pony
god,
outfit.
That would actually be super
Yeah,
cool.
they can have it be like you go through the. Oh my god, you go through the portal.
You go through like the mirror. You go through like a door that's like shaped like the mirror, and it takes you to the
Oh my god,
actual Equestria girls.
Oh my
things.
god.
that would make Equestria Girls worth it, right there.
That would be so
This
cool.
makes
Oh my God,
that's how
holy
Equestria
crap.
Girls becomes accepted by the fandom.
Disney is listening, and they're like, "How much can we buy ponies for?" Like, oh, $1 million.
Oh my god.
How much do you think the My Little Pony brand is actually worth right now? Like, do you think G5 has devalued it? Like, I'm actually wondering that.
I do. I mean, looking at their toy sales,
Right? Oh my god, it's so sad. If you go to like the Walmart like toy aisle now or whatever,
Oh, it's nothing.
It is.
There's like barely anything.
if there's like a million Barbie toys, and then like in like a little nook, there's like, oh, there's Sunny. Like,
Yeah, it's so sad. Like I never got to. Well, no, that's not true. Like I think like when I was first getting into the show, like sometimes like like a gas station or like a Target or like CVS or something has like a little like section. Even places like pharmacies had a My Little
Yeah.
Pony section. Like holy crap!
I mean, there's still some like
that's insane.
there's still some random Like I literally just bought a thing of like G4 like it's like temporary tattoos yesterday. It's because they were like not that expensive. And I was like, this is funny.
Dude.
yeah.
And that was just in like the supermarket. Like it wasn't even in like a store. It was just next to some potato chips. But one of my
it's so sad.
okay, this is like I think about this all the time because it proves the point that I think the quality of the show matters to the toy sales. This was back
definitely.
This was back when season 4 was airing, and the episode Philly Vanilli just came out.
Oh no.
Right? Yeah, so as we know, Pinkie Pie's performance in that episode is probably not the most fan favorite, right?
Mm.
And
Yeah.
it was like the day after that episode aired, and I was at Toys R Us, and of course, I'm the guy, I'm going to the pony aisle, right? And there was
Of course.
a little girl and her father there, like buying a pony toy, right? And I'm not bothering them because I'm not, whatever. But the conversation they had was amazing. So the dad, of course, he just wants to like leave because he's a dad, and so he's like, so he pulls out a Pinkie Pie toy and they're like, how about this one? Is this one fine? And the little girl says, and I will never forget this, I don't want Pinkie Pie. She wasn't too nice in last week's episode.
Oh.
And it's like,
my
it
gosh.
matters. The kids care. We care. The show needs to be good. Like, that
People, it's so frustrating that people like underestimate like the intelligence of kids.
Yeah, this kid
so
was like no older than like 9 or 10, and she's saying this. Like,
Yeah,
I'll
kids.
never forget
Kids
it.
can be stupid, but they can also be smart.
Mm-hmm.
Like yeah, I understand the whole thing. Like, kids can be
Child
stupid.
intelligence
Yeah,
is
they're-
different from every other form of intelligence.
Yeah.
Oh yes, very
Yeah.
much so. But like with TV shows, like yeah, sure. Every once in a while, like my sisters will be watching like some like random, I don't know, some like random 3D animated show that I'm looking at, and I'm like, okay, yeah, I don't know about this one. But sometimes like I'll like hear them listening to shows that or like watching shows I've never even heard of, and I'm like listening to it, and I'm like, this is legitimately funny. like things like that. Like my younger sisters will watch like I saw my sister watching like Emperor's New Groove the other morning.
I love that movie.
She's just like laying
That's
back on
such a
on a pillow the size of
most
her.
underrated Disney film.
Literally.
I
That
love
movie,
Emperor's New
again,
Groove.
it's another like, it's like the SpongeBob movie where I could just watch that movie and just never stop laughing because it's great.
Yes.
I don't know if I'd call it
Here's-
underrated these days. I feel like it's like through like
It was
meme culture and
underrated
internet
when it
relevancy.
came out.
It was underrated by Disney themselves.
It was before its time.
Yeah.
It definitely was.
It was the time that Disney made a DreamWorks movie.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
But a good DreamWorks movie.
But what's so funny, like, okay, like, I'm sorry, I'm like really into like just Disney and Disney history. That movie is like so like soaked in like the Michael Eisner era of Disney. It's amazing. Like same with like a Goofy movie, like those like type of movies.
Goofy
It is like
movie.
so unapologetically like this was totally an Eisner idea, and they just went with it. Like I love it though.
it was an interesting era, but like there's so much gold that came out of it.
Oh yeah, it's all coming together.
Oh yeah, it's all.
Oh
coming
yeah,
together.
it's all coming together. Hey,
But
Peter.
You didn't tell me it was your birthday. Love that.
you didn't tell me it was your birthday.
Oh, that movie. Kronk is a legend.
Kronk
Yes,
is
he
a
is.
legend. That's why it's Maynard's profile picture.
Yeah, exactly.
I love
I
how
love
Patrick
Kronk.
Warburton just did that voice, and he's just like, I wonder how many other characters I can do this for.
Oh my god, I have so many.
I mean,
so many.
it's like his voice, but exaggerated.
Yeah, it's funny to hear him like actually speak.
Yeah,
because
right?
it's very different.
I mean,
It's not like it's obviously him, but like
It's
he sounds like a normal
He's basically
guy.
just exaggerating his normal voice.
yeah, that's a good way to put
It's
it.
wonderful.
One of my favorite stories to come out of that movie involves the Disney parks. So if anyone knows the Soarin' ride, which I love,
Ooh.
Patrick Warburton does like the opening narration for that.
Oh yeah, I did. I went on that. I went on that.
So the reason he's part of that is the Imagineers were like, I think, just at the animation studio like someday when they were trying to find somebody to do this like opening spiel for the ride, and they heard Patrick Warburton just recording his lines for Kronk, and they're like, oh yeah, this is the guy, we need to get him to be part of
it's
this.
all coming together.
And so so now when you hear that sword tower ready for takeoff, that's all because of Kronk, and I just think that's so great.
That's
Yeah,
so
like
good.
I remember, it was like it was in Disney World. I remember doing like going there in Disney World. It was it was great.
I love.
That's awesome.
All right, me and
All
my,
right.
my Disney history knowledge.
Yeah, you unlocked like some memories when I went to Disney World.
But we have been going on for a while. I don't want this to end up being a 2.5 hour long
Why not?
episode. It very well could be, but
Because Maynard has
I have
to edit it.
this in like 4 days.
That's fair. So wait,
But
are we ending this or are we going into like the final subject?
oh, we're going into like the like Final Jeopardy.
All right,
type
Final
stuff.
Jeopardy
Like,
time.
we've
Let's
got,
go.
We've got a few like questions that are
What's
very
your social
important
security
to
number?
ask.
Oh, it's let me think. I have to look at my
What's
books.
the number on your credit, the name, the date, the expiration date, and the 3 wacky numbers on the back?
The wacky numbers.
Legitimate questions.
Yes.
Though. All right. So I feel like I already know the answer, but best pony?
Oh, it's Starlight. You kidding? Come on.
Yeah. That's why.
For
I brought
a
you
multitude of reasons, but you know.
Guys, if you want to be on the Out of Our Mains podcast, you just need. No, I'm kidding. I'm not going to say that. People are
I like
legitimately gonna-
Starlight.
Don't
I like
give anyone
Starlight.
ideas.
She's not my favorite pony overall. I'd say she's like one of my favorite side ponies though. That slowly became like a main pony. One of those things.
I love her.
Did y'all see Tobby's video on top 10 Starlight Glimmer moments?
Oh yeah, I think,
that came out
I
yesterday.
think Rain
on April
Bodash did
Fools.
something for that.
Yeah, I did too. But you guys
yeah.
should go listen.
I've not seen
should go
it.
watch that.
Yeah.
What about G5? Like we like barely talked about it, but
Good.
it sounds like you didn't really like the show. But like, did you enjoy the movie?
No,
We don't need to go
my
too
thing
into
with
it, but-
G5, I loved the movie. That was great.
Okay.
When it comes to the show, like, I just want it to be better. I see a lot of potential, and there's just like, oh, will it? Won't it? Maybe we're on like a 30% chance that it will. Who knows?
Yeah, we'll see. But with G5, who's best pony in G5?
Ooh. Oh, it's Misty. Duh.
Yeah, let's
Oh,
go!
yeah.
Misty Mob.
That's
Let's
fair.
go.
That's totally fair.
Yeah.
Hashtag Misty Mob.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's Sparky.
No, yeah, Sparky
Robert,
is the best pony.
don't even
Robert,
joke.
get off my podcast. Get out, get out, get out, get
Your
out, get
podcast.
out.
We let you on. What do you mean?
No, not if you're gonna say Sparky's the best character.
Exactly. Get out.
We're writing you
get
out of
out,
history,
get
bud.
out, get out.
Oh my gosh.
Sparky's
but-
anomaly too.
Realistically, I think Pip is great.
Yeah, Pip is also
Yeah.
out of the five. I say Pip.
Pip might be my
But,
favorite main 5 now.
Aside from that, what are the other things we do at the end of the episode? So, you've listened to the podcast. I know you've been listening
Yeah.
to the podcast since like very early on.
Yeah.
So you know that at the end of every episode, we ask people to send us a picture of a random item on either Twitter or
Let me think.
The
on our
Discord.
Discord.
Look at the description.
If you guys want to
Join our Discord server.
join our Discord. Yeah, the link's in the description.
Yes, go to
so
the
check that
Discord.
out.
It's fancy and fun.
It's not fancy at all.
No, it's very
fun.
fancy.
It's fun,
But it is fun.
It's
It is fun.
It's pony and fun.
Yeah,
It's
pony
fun
and fun.
sometimes.
Yeah,
But what picture what thing should people send us a picture of?
Like looking around. Show me some soap. Take a picture of some soap.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a
good one.
Show me that you're a clean brony.
Like any soap.
Yeah,
I
there
guess.
we go.
Yeah.
Yeah, break stereotypes. Shower.
Yeah. Show me a
There
picture
we
of just some soap, you know? If you
It can be hand soap. It can be bar soap.
Yeah,
it can
any
be,
kind of soap.
like,
Shampoo, soap,
Everyone
anything.
knows that bronies don't shower. They're like Discord
Yeah.
mods.
Oh, whoa.
gosh.
Hey, whoa.
Imagine being a brony and a Discord mod.
Imagine. Oh, that's too much
Imagine.
power.
Whoa,
That is too
yeah.
much
We're reaching
power.
levels of BO that shouldn't be possible.
I could never imagine.
I mean,
that,
I've been to the
but-
convention, so.
I mean, technically, we are Discord mods because we're running a Discord server.
No,
Oh,
shut
no.
up! Shut up,
We're
Don't
Rob!
also
tell them. Don't
bronies.
tell them, Robert. Don't tell them. Remember what we said about observational humor
Yeah,
earlier?
right.
No.
Yeah, see, it's funny because
Yeah. See, the joke is,
Yeah.
okay, so yeah, send us a picture of a bar soap or like any soap bottle, something like
Yeah.
that. You can do that using the hashtag mainpod on Twitter. Send it to us at Out of Our Mains, or you can join our Discord and send it to our Send Pics channel. Aside from that, we also have we also ask a question of the
Ooh, yes.
episode.
What are your favorite PMVs? Send me talk about your favorite PMVs or PMV moments. PMVs that
Yeah.
mean something to you.
Yeah.
All
Wait,
of
see,
them
this
are
guy,
valid.
John PMV, he makes some pretty
No,
good ones.
those are the
No.
only ones excluded. No John
Heresy.
PMV
Heresy.
videos.
Don't send us any from John
No.
PMV.
You'll
but,
be banned, shadow banned, listed.
You'll be
will
banned
sent
from
to
the
IRS.
Discord server.
FBI will come after you.
Like,
You'll be banned from live.
listen,
Yeah.
if you send us John PV, you will be banned from the Discord server for inappropriate behavior.
Exactly.
That's totally fair.
It's
That's
actually
very
in the
fair.
official Discord terms. No John PMV.
It is the Discord TOS.
Yep.
Yeah. So yeah, send us your favorite PMV or just like tell us about it and we'll go look it up or send us a link to it. I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, other than that, I think that's about everything. So
little
yeah,
bit.
go follow us on social media, Twitter at Out of Our Mains, join our Discord. Go follow Cole
Of course.
on his stuff. So do you want to plug a couple things?
Yeah, so on Twitter, I'm just at Cole Donnerstag and also at Studio Cinemagic, so you can do that, because as we all know, Twitter is on the up and up.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
On YouTube, same thing, Studio Cinemagic, that's the main channel, that's where the PMVs go. I got a big series that's in the works. Part 1 will be out right in the beginning of June. So long as nothing goes wrong, so knock on wood for me, everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I would love to talk more about Journey once more, but it's hard to do that when it's not out, so let's just leave it at it's coming soon, and I hope you like it.
That's totally fair. But yeah,
Um,
go check that out when it comes out. Did you have anything else?
Yeah, just Studio Cinemagic, Cold Donnerstag, watch all of the anthologies, because people,
Of
as
course.
silly as they are, all of us, we do work very hard on it. Or at least most
Yeah,
of us do.
that's
Maybe
the
there's
point.
that
A
one,
lot of effort
that
goes
one
into this.
straggler. But yeah, the anthology, all jokes aside, there's a lot of work that goes into it, and it's a lot of fun to make, and I hope we make more.
Yeah. Other than that, Robert, Amby, do you have any like upcoming projects you'd like to plug? Anything like that? Or
not-
I just
at
need
the
to start
moment.
uploading again, period.
And I still
Yeah.
need to work on that video that I said I was gonna work
Robert,
on.
work on your video.
I'm sorry.
Work on your video.
I've been procrastinating.
I wanna see it. But that's gonna be it. I don't really have anything. So
Anyway, go to Ciderfest.
Yeah, do go to Ciderfest.
Go to
Say hi
every
Cole.
convention.
Go to Ciderfest. It's
Go to all the conventions.
It's cider best.
I see what you did there.
Yeah, see, like he said best in
Yeah, you
like
see.
Yeah, yeah.
Best
It's
rhymes
like a
with
play on
best, so-
words.
Yeah, I think that's everything. So thank you guys so much for listening, and have a great rest of your evening, rest of your week, everything else. And if you're still here, thank you for not leaving us after that
Yeah,
wonderful, wonderful April Fool's joke.
it's magical.
Yes, much respect.
Next year will
Yep.
be worse.
Oh no!
Yeah,
Don't
have
even
a-
get me started on next year.
Have a good week.
Bye-bye.
Later.